I learned my dad a drinking ass nigga though. That nigga drinking me out of house and home when it comes to beers and alcohol. I didn't hear alcohol in my refrigerator for months. This nigga come killing in 4 days. I'm like, damn, man, you know, deep throat ass, boy.
I say he can't kill it in 4 days.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
Yeah, I'm in go mode, go. Yeah, I'm in go mode, go mode.
What up, guys? What up, guys? What up, guys? What up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of the OSA Out of Shape Allstars episode. What episode is this? This is episode 10.
Yeah, episode 60 overall, season 2.
Right. Right. You know, you gotta say it like that because Drew Drew go crazy if we don't let people know overall this is episode 60, but episode 10 of season 2. Now, as you can see, we are without our full cast. You know, life happens. I know Kev is working the election, as you know, today. New York is voting for, our local officials. So on Tuesday, we shoot. So by Thursday, that means y'all all should have been out and voted because vote or die is what they used to say. The vote counts and all that other shit, all the cool slang that they say back in the day. So if you voted, thank you for doing your civic duty. If you didn't, who gives a fuck? All right. Now, Drew, he was in Florida. He said he'd be back tonight. So after the pod, so we more than likely will have Drew next week. Maybe he pop in later today. Eddie
at a man whore convention.
He ain't a man whore. He was at a John's convention and shit. Like, so we'll see probably Drew next week. Eddie's going through some shit or something happening where he can't be here. So hopefully we catch him later. Or we catch him on the next week. And maybe we get Decap to pop in later. As you can see, it's the three amigos today. Got Johnny 5 in the building, Just DQ in the building, and myself. Mama call me Devin, so you can call me Devin. Like always, episode brought to you by Coach Capsule, sponsored by Don's LLC. Fellas, ready to get to the episode?
Yep.
All right, let's kick it off with the open run. Now, let's kick it off with the NBA, man. As of today, we are in the conference finals. We have Phoenix Suns versus the LA Clippers, and we got Atlanta Hawks versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, before we get into the matchups, let's rewind a little bit. Get into the games that led up to where we are today. Let's start in the East. You had Game 7, Milwaukee Bucks versus the Brooklyn Nets. Johnny, what was your take on Game 7 in Brooklyn, Milwaukee versus the Nets?
That was a good-ass game. Like, that was
real good game.
One of the best Game 7s I've seen in a few years. That was a really, really good game. No, KD gave his all.
Too bad it was only KD.
But in the end, KD showed who he thought he was. Some of us.
I can't even say it.
Yeah, that's some goofy LeBron fan hate because
realistically, he was one literally he almost
he
was cooking 1, 2, 3, 4. OT came. It reminded me like the Game 7 with OKC and the Warriors, where Russell Wilson kept giving him the ball in crunch time. He couldn't make a shot when it counted.
Bro.
The only thing I can say is KD played every minute.
Every minute.
Game 5, he played 48 minutes. Game 6, they got killed. So they still played 40 minutes and they got killed. He almost played every minute in Game 6. And in Game 7, he played every minute.
Yo, he was the only one that was scoring. By OT, he was done. And even it came down to the last basket. First off, in the fourth, his foot, his big ass feet. That was supposed to have been the dagger right there. But unfortunately, the nigga wears size 18 and shit. So even when he tried to be 10 inches back, yeah, even when I'm trying to be like 5 feet back, his fucking feet is still touching the line and shit. That was supposed to be the dagger. He was killing them at then OT. James Harden wasn't doing a damn thing. Like, afraid to shoot, and when he did shoot, he was bricking. Joe Harris wasn't doing shit, bricking, who's supposed to be one of the best shooters in the league, straight bricking. Blake played
won the 3-point
right.
championship.
3-point champions, one of the leader in 3-point percentages for the season and shit. So it's like he didn't show up. Blake was cooking until he fouled out in the fourth. So it was really only KD by himself doing what he's doing. So the reason I bring this up because the LeBron fans, I love them so much because they like, give KD the same bullshit y'all was giving LeBron when he lost to Phoenix and shit. So I'm like, hold on. It ain't even the same because at least KD left it out on the floor. After AD went down, LeBron was done. LeBron was done with the game. It was over. Brian was tired. He was like, fuck this shit. AD whole ass ain't here. I'm done. Season over. Like, season over. KD played every minute, 5 quarters. And the only person scoring on this team, nigga had almost 50 points, 49, 48, like 17 rebounds, 10 assists. Yo, that was some fucking crazy game for KD. So all LeBron said, fans like,
that was the stats of Game 5. Game 7, he had 48. Still a lot of points.
Yeah. So
Game 5 stats is to 49, 17, and 10.
So this nigga, he out here cooking. All LeBron fans can say is, y'all didn't say that for LeBron. Y'all didn't say that for LeBron. It's like, shut up. LeBron is at home. KD at home now too, but like, let's enjoy the moment. So you see all the superstars, all NBA players like just basking off of the feat that KD was doing by himself. But my guy LeBron said, gotta enjoy while it's here. I think that was LeBron talking about his damn self, you ask me.
Nah, but the last play in the overtime when KD gave the ball to Harden, that play was so funny because as soon as KD gave the ball to Harden gave him the ball
right back.
He threw the ball right back there.
36, 4 for 11 from 3, and 10 for 11 from the free throw line. But
James
Harden was at 22 though, but his shot percentage is hard. He shot 5 for 17. That's
that 22.
Yeah, like 10. He made 10 free throws. He was like 10.
Yeah, right.
10 for 10.
Yeah, because the first half he was decent, but second half he was non-existent. Like John said, that last play he said, "Huh, you got this shit right back." Like, I don't want it. Yo, he like
that last play. Worse. Brooklyn actually had a timeout. They should have called the timeout.
Oh, did they?
And also another problem is they only played freaking 7 players?
Yeah, they only played 7 players.
Right.
That was dumb as shit to do that.
And also the other kid, the Bruce Brown, I think is his name.
They didn't put Mike James into the game? Really?
Nobody played. It was Bruce Brown. It was Bruce Brown, Jeff Green, and that
dude.
Yeah.
That was
and then the Dreadhead came in for like 1 play, and then Shaman was in there for a little bit.
Yeah, he played 7 minutes.
But it was all
fucking insane though. The fact that these James Harden, Kevin Durant, and B Brown clocked in 53 minutes and 52 minutes. Jeff Green played 13 minutes. Shaman played 7 minutes. Joe Harris played 47. Blake Griffin played 40. Them losing is pretty much making themselves tired because it was a very competitive game, but them probably letting some of the bench players come in the game probably would have worked because Mike James was cooking during the regular season.
No, ain't nobody did shit this whole series. They knew what they were doing. Nobody else was playing. So if they would have if any of them would have went down, Milwaukee would have ran away with it and shit. So they had to play, and they was expecting James Harden and Joe Harris to be themselves, to be the at least.
Why? They could have at least rested James Harden and let someone fill in him at least. He's hurt. Like he should.
Not game 7. Not game 7. They could have rested him more.
And also, usually
the last game.
It usually happens is like if you have like a star player like KD who's like taking over the game as a player on the court who's not really getting many touches. You're not in the flow of making shots consistently, so you're going to be off.
But he was getting the shots. He was missing. James Harden was breaking.
Yeah, James Harden. In James Harden's case, yes, but with Joe Harris, he's a little bit different. He had 10 touches the entire game.
Yeah.
He was breaking the whole series, but what I was gonna say, it's funny, Reggie Miller. I don't know if he was dead serious, but he said he had to take before Game 6. He was like, the Nets should rest KD and James Harden for Game 6, and then Game 7, go try to win. So. Well, they lost Game 6, so they didn't play 40-some minutes in Game 6. They could have been well rested and then played Game 7.
Oh, right. So again, take that
weird strategy, but
take the L on Game 6, go home, and be well rested. And in the grander scheme of things, because again, y'all was up, so take that one, and then come out fresh legs. Your legs would be fresher than they players because they were down, so they definitely was gonna play their players. Like they probably would have took them out early in the fourth, depending on how it looked. But Giannis now, Middleton, Drew, all of them would have played. Brooke, they definitely would have played up into the fourth quarter mostly, and then you come out fresh legs. Yeah, it could have. Yeah,
weird strategy, but maybe it could have.
Right, it's a weird strategy, but in regards to them having limited players. That could have worked, maybe. We don't know. We're just saying. But a lot of people saying with that game, I seen Magic talking about it, saying that KD has now set himself as the best player in the world. Facts are cap. Cap. Big cap.
Cap condemn.
Who the best player in the league? In the world? DQ, big belly ass nigga.
You already know. Le Goat Zamaj.
Le Goat is still the best player in the world?
Facts.
John, do this game set KD as the best player in the world?
He's in the conversation, but I'm gonna say it certifies that they lost.
Right. That was LeBron. He had a team like that. They go undefeated in the playoffs.
No, it would be the same conversation.
Yeah, that's what
people be complaining about everybody else
not doing nothing. Yeah, right, exactly. If niggas was missing at that point, because LeBron ain't gonna take all those shots. LeBron is a facilitator. So if they missing, they definitely ain't putting up no buckets because LeBron ain't gonna shoot the way KD shoot. But again, like I said, it don't set him as the best. I always looked at it as a 1A, 1B, who 1A and who B. It's always between LeBron, KD, Steph, and Kawhi. They're usually the top dogs that's like all 1, 1, 1, and 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, however you put it. I don't think this game in particular changed what I think about KD. I already have him up there as a 1 over whoever is up to, it's based on your preference. Because a lot of people say Steph is the best player in the league. Some say Kawhi, when he's out there, the best player in the league. Somebody say still LeBron after 18th season is the best. So I don't think this game alone has did much for me in regards to my opinion, in regards to who's the best. It's still those guys are the top dogs and shit. But where they fall as number 1, it's all based on.
It's all just facts. Back certain stuff up, but a lot of the conversation is very opinionated, heavily opinionated.
Right.
And the way they pretty much, I hate like when they say passing of the torch, right? I always hate that phrase because when they compare like players, they don't compare like generations of players. They're passing the torch of contemporary players who are playing in the same era. Like just because like person's drafted 3 years before somebody, that doesn't make them pass the torch to the next person because it's like in high school. Like if you're in high school at the same exact time as graduated before you, and I'm playing a sport, I can't pass the torch to you. I'm passing the torch later on when like things change or the
and it got to be a pass of the generation. Like KD, although again KD is not hasn't played as long as LeBron, but him and like you said, they contemporary. They in the same era.
03, 07, then Steph is 09. Like really?
So it's like not much of a difference. I would see like Trey now.
Yeah.
Ja, them is like that's the
Trey,
passing
Ja,
because
Luka, that's passing
right,
the torch.
right. Ja, Zion, like that era of players is like the new era. That's how you pass the torch. These guys are all a part of the same era of basketball. They all champions. So it's like ain't really a passing of a torch because they all fucking champions. So it's like
And also in the early 30s.
all in the early 30s, all like fucking future Hall of Famers. So it's like it's not when you pass the torch, it's like you are the next man up and you gonna kill for the next decade or next era and shit. Like these guys are proven athletes, so you can't really say KD is LeBron would be passing the torch to KD or Steph.
You can say like passing the baton, but all technically running the same race. That's why I can say that because at a certain point.
Right, baton would be more fitted because again, in a relay, you pass it, your time is over, and the next person is up, and so that makes more sense. But also in the East, we had Atlanta Hawks versus Philadelphia Sixers. Now, Philly was the number one in the East. But
Atlanta was a 5 seed. That's crazy.
Atlanta was a 5. Atlanta again, they out here, I would say, slaying giants, but they are. Showing people that they deserve to be here. First one to do.
They got hot at the right time, pretty much.
Yeah, hot towards the end of the season, and then they came into the playoffs hot, beat New York
Knicks.
And then they go up against the Goliath that's supposed to be the number one, Joel Embiid, and Ben Simmons, as well as what's the other kid?
Tobias
Harris. Right, Tobias Harris. And Ice Trey and his shooters, they out here, they not playing with people. So what are your take, DQ, on this Philly Atlanta series?
Like just even from based on them being Philly, I'm not surprised because even in the New York series, they were playing fucking insane. Even though Nick's biggest issue was Julius Randle not doing shit. And not having the cohesion of how they did during the regular season before they got to the playoffs. But at the same time, if Trey was off one night, Bogdanovich is on. If Bogdanovich was off, other dude was on. If they were all, one or two of them off, John Collins was doing crazy shit. He fucking caught a body on Joel Embiid and that was crazy, bro. That's like probably one of the best playoff dunks ever. That's probably closer. I'm not saying it's as good, but it's close to with the Baron Davis, Andre Curry gold dunk in 07.
Right. I'm gonna put the clip right here
because that
that college group was crazy. It's just the way he elevated just looked crazy.
I remember the I think it was the second series with the Pistons and Spurs when Tayshaun Prince caught the dunk on wasn't Tim Duncan? It was somebody. I had to post my wall years ago. He had arms around his neck.
It was either Roy Hibbert, Hibbert. Or Jermaine O'Neal, one of them niggas.
But he's just
it wasn't Roy Hibbert. That's Tayshaun is before that Indiana Pacers. That Indiana team is with PG. But I gotta defend myself for a second, right? So I say Ben Simmons is trash. Fucking Decap, and that's all I wanted Decap to be here. So he and y'all argue me he was better than Jaylen Brown. So I'm like, nobody ever argues you that. He y'all argue me on the pod. I'm like, that never happened. But I as he took the pictures and shit, we was having a conversation on IG about the top 5 under 25. He brought up Jaylen Brown and shit, and I just dismissed it nah or whatever. So he brought it up. Let me defend myself and my opinion on Ben Simmons. Now, Ben Simmons played trash. But you can't tell me at that point or any point, anybody taking Jaylen Brown over Ben Simmons. They're not gonna do it.
To me, Ben Simmons
as of right now, people gonna take it because Ben Simmons is the high seed this playoff series. He didn't do shit. But at that point, Ben Simmons is still Ben Simmons. It's just depending on what Ben Simmons you get. If you get
Ben Simmons was Ben Simmons is similar to Giannis in that sense, where he's a marketed player that
But and he plays like Giannis. If he played like Giannis consecutively, he would be great. Even because Giannis not a shooter. Giannis uses his size to get to the rack and that's how he scored. And he can't shoot. He remind me a lot of Giannis. Giannis is a lot stronger, a lot bigger, a lot longer, but he can't shoot like Giannis. He can't shoot free throws like Giannis. The only thing is he's afraid to shoot, and Giannis is not. Even if Giannis can't shoot, Giannis ain't afraid. He will still pull up if you give him space behind the three. He gonna try to shoot it. You give him the 15-footer. He gonna try to shoot it. You put him to the line. He gonna try to shoot it. Ben Simmons has no confidence in shooting, and that's what make him trash. He remind me a lot of Markelle Fultz in the sense of great talent, but at some point completely lost his confidence, and therefore that's what make him trash. But if you even today, if anybody was to start a team, they will take Ben Simmons over Jaylen Brown because the ceiling for Ben Simmons is a lot higher than it is for Jaylen Brown. Johnny, what's your take?
I like Ben Simmons. Maybe like a year or two ago, I probably would have did that, but I'm taking Jaylen Brown because Jaylen Brown can play defense. Ben Simmons probably has the notch of defense by a little bit because Ben Simmons is an elite defender, but Jaylen Brown can play defense too. Right. And then Jaylen Brown can give you 20 a game.
Right.
Versus
now, again, are we saying this solely because of the series right now? Because
no.
Because I never heard when we were talking the 25, the 5 under 25. You ain't make no argument with Ben Simmons being there.
Yeah, he should be on the list, but there's some other players that should have been moved around. I said the list had to be moved around. What top 5, top 10? What was the whole list?
It was they had like a top 10, but it was like top 5 was like Luka, Devin, Ben, Trey, and I think Donovan Mitchell.
Oh yeah, I definitely wouldn't agree because I'm
messing up because I don't think Trey was on there. Jason Tatum was on there. That's who was there. So
well, I'm taking Ice Trey over Ben Simmons any day too.
Right now, that's what I'm saying.
That's before. I'm taking Ice Trey.
And again, you brought up Ice Trey. No, but that's what I'm saying. You brought up Ice Trey because you was like, "What about Ice Trey?" And I was saying, "What about Zion? What about Melo?" Like that, and you was like, "Oh no, well they ain't there yet. They still under 25, but they ain't yet." Nobody made an argument for Jaylen Brown. It wasn't until
I'm not gonna lie. I just don't know everybody ages. You know what I'm trying to say? Sometimes I be forget. Oh shit, he's really under 25.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a lot of players, but Jaylen Brown definitely deserves to be on that list.
Jaylen Brown, and again, top 5 though. Jaylen Brown would not be a top 5.
Jason Tatum was on the Celtics.
Top 10. Jaylen Brown's top 10, but
I don't even remember. I don't even remember the whole list. He would be a top 10, but Ben Simmons is a superstar currently. Right now, his stock is dropping, and I think that's solely because of his recent playoff appearance. Prior to that regular season, people will still pick up Ben because he can give you 15 rebounds, 10 assists, and 15 to 20 points just off him being big. He can't shoot worth shit, but he can give you 15 to 20 on it easily because of he's just a big motherfucker. So that's my argument against Jaylen Brown. I think you take this playoff series away, Ben Simmons will go off the board before Jaylen Brown on, I kid you not, on every team in the NBA except for Boston.
Of course.
That's my whole argument. There's a lot of Ben Simmons will, if you take like the 25 under 25, Ben Simmons will go way before Jaylen Brown. I feel like y'all stuck right now in the moment because you like, damn, Ben Simmons' ass is really ass because of the way he can't score.
It's the thing. Like Ben Simmons, it's the marketing behind Ben Simmons is what makes him great. He's not like he's marketed as a 6'10" point guard who really you see facilitating a lot of the time. I just feel
they was in the same draft class too. Jaylen Brown, Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram.
I feel like him being like a marketed player just makes him seem to be the illusion that he's great.
And again, it could be that Jaylen Brown is, and I don't want to make it a Jaylen Brown Ben Simmons argument because Jaylen Brown still hasn't been like the target. He ain't the top dog in Boston. He hasn't like played much without the counterparts to say like
1 year without Jason Tatum pretty much.
And so it's like we don't see much of Jalen by himself. We see him as a collective. But you don't see none of Ben Simmons without Embiid. But again, Ben Simmons, since he came into the league, he's been marketed as this great point guard, this big point guard. And he showed his numbers showed that. It just in key moments like this, he didn't show up. He looks completely lost out there. Everybody blaming Doc, but who do you blame for Ben Simmons' lack of confidence or lack of scoring? Not even ability to score, but being afraid to score.
I swear it has to be the fact that like he's marketed as a great player. He probably believed his own hype, which was technically no hype to begin with. He's just a person. He was a kid who was extremely tall for the position he played, who couldn't shoot, but excelled in other places besides that. I just feel that if you're in the NBA and you can't shoot, you should not be in the NBA. In general, that's my opinion with that. But I'm just saying he's marketed as a player. If he wasn't with Clutch Sports, niggas would not give a fuck about Ben Simmons. He's just marketed to be as such.
No, I don't think so, because he had the big target on him coming out of college and coming out of high school. He was highly recruited. Maybe it's because he's bigger than and everybody else.
To LSU, but LSU wasn't a great team when he was there.
No, they suck. Nah, Ben Simmons. The only thing Ben Simmons got going for him is his age, ceiling, and he's a great defender. He's a playmaker. But LSU sucked with him on there. In college you could be.
Like they really chose Ben Simmons for Rookie of the Year over Donovan Mitchell, which he got robbed for. I don't understand. Like they really robbed my boy.
That's another player that was in that draft class. But
he was here before, but since he missed his first year,
Ben Simmons missed the whole year. He had the Blake Griffin thing. But what was I saying? Ben Simmons, his team sucked at LSU, and in college, a star player could really carry.
Yeah.
LSU sucked.
Right. And again, right, they suck, but he was putting up his numbers and he was on SportsCenter all the time with his highlights. And that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's what it was. He was bigger than everybody. He came into the league and still he's still big as hell. Like, and that's what I'm saying. It's not really his ability to score, it's his fear of scoring. Ben Simmons can drive the ball. It's been times where he be under the rim and he passed the fucking ball. Like, I was just watching a highlight where he did a spin. Yeah, right. And he just
passed.
Afraid to score. Like where he lost his confidence.
Yeah, by default, give me Jaylen Brown.
Right, that's what. Jaylen Brown. No, I'm not saying that I don't take Jaylen Brown. Right now, I would take Jaylen Brown over Ben Simmons. But before coming into the fresh season, you'll have no game tape. This didn't happen. Nobody's taking Jaylen Brown before Ben Simmons.
I think I'll still take Jaylen Brown.
You a fucking lie. You're a fucking lie. You fucking lie.
Bro, he can't. Ben Simmons can't shoot free throws. He don't shoot and can't shoot free throws.
Yeah, this is all shit that you said it because we just saw it. Like I'm saying, take away this season. Take away this season. Just only this season. Nobody's taking Jaylen Brown over Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, if you take the I'm talking about last season, bubble season with the regular season. You take that, put it together, and that's all you get. Ben Simmons will probably be a top 10 player off the board.
Nah.
top 10, top 15 player off the board. I don't know if it's off the market,
but criteria for the picks first, or based on all available, or just the younger guys.
I'm saying just complete league open, everybody.
He might crack that top 40.
He cracked 40. Ben Simmons a crack 40. Ben, you saying y'all speaking personal. I'm saying the star power of Ben Simmons and what people think Ben Simmons is.
That's what I'm saying. That's the marketing. That's his marketing act.
So if you taking that, then if you taking the marketing, then you know.
You heard that?
Yeah.
You see a whole pool of 30 teams. Let's just start naming players. Let's see how many players. No,
just start with the All-Star team. Just start with the All-Star team.
But you should have been on the All-Star team.
He was, but he got a haircut and got COVID.
He should have been on the All-Star team.
So you look at that.
I do know Trae Young didn't make the All-Star team, right?
I know that. Right. Oh, yeah. I'm saying, but okay, even with that, what's that? 22 players, 25 players. So
Trae Young.
Okay, so 26 players. Ben Simmons is still in that class of people that will be taken off the board.
Oh no. Ja Morant, did he make All-Star game this year?
No, I don't think Ja made up. Did he? Did Ja make All-Star?
DQ, Ja made the All-Star game this year?
Who?
Ja Morant.
Let me double check. I don't think he did.
Again, y'all, you saying this, but I'm saying that Ben, you said top 40.
Oh shit. Anthony Davis made the All-Star game this year neither. 28.
Okay.
28.
But see, again, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. I'm saying scratch this season, get the season out of your head.
No,
Ben Simmons.
You said this. Scratch this season based off last season, right?
Scratch this season. I ain't even saying based off this season. I'm just saying who are the superstars of the league. Ben Simmons is
in the Rising Stars game.
So we talk about everybody get on Zion and Zion on supposed to be there. Zion is a superstar in the league. So
Ingram over Ben Simmons too.
That's of course, yes. But if people started team, you talking about as a GM, you gonna take BI over Ben Simmons? That's all personal, John. That's all personal.
Yeah, well, Brandon Ingram is way better than Ben Simmons, though.
I don't think y'all get my point.
I get your point, but I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not arguing that these players are not better than Ben Simmons. My argument with Cap is when it comes to because of Ben Simmons' ceiling and because of what we believe he can do. Other than this shit, Ben Simmons is considered a top 20 to 25 player in the NBA, superstar level player. So when I was saying, when he brought up Jaylen Brown, people don't even consider Jaylen Brown as a superstar player. He's a really good player.
He's a rising star.
He's a rising star with potential. But until he surpassed Jason Tatum, he's gonna always be.
There's another player that's just.
Y'all don't get it. Y'all some dick eaters. Y'all understand the way sports work.
You heard that? Give me LaMelo. Give me Zion. Give me the first.
I'll take all them niggas over Ben Simmons. All them over Ben Simmons. But I know how this shit works. I know how you sell a player. Ben Simmons is sold as a superstar, and for most GMs prior to this shit, Ben Simmons would be off the board before. Only person that you just said, Zion, is the only player that will possibly go before Ben Simmons. Not Ja Morant, not LaMelo, not even fucking Donovan Mitchell. And that's a close one. But Tatum would. But all these players are not in the class, unfortunately, where it's presented as Ben Simmons.
I think it's about time we take Ben Simmons out there.
Now Ben Simmons is over. Now Ben Simmons is like, okay, all right, now we gotta reevaluate Ben Simmons. But before this shit happened, Ben Simmons was still great regular season, even with the not being afraid to score. Still had a regular season, still an all NBA player, all defensive player. It just this playoff just like, okay, what are you, Ben Simmons? So it's the conundrum of who and what Ben Simmons is. That's the biggest conundrum right now. But if you take all this shit off the board, Jaylen Brown ain't going before Ben Simmons. I don't care what nobody say.
So sticking with that.
Yeah, because you're a dick eater.
Disagree.
Right. We can agree that you dick eating.
Yo,
but, moving on.
Oh my lord, there's really a whole bunch of players I'm taking over Ben Simmons.
Yes, I know. I would too. You don't get the point. I'm saying yes, I would too. But star power, Ben Simmons is the biggest star to him. Can we just agree to that?
and star power wise, you can say that, yeah.
And that's what this honestly, and that's what this NBA is about: star power.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is a bigger star, and therefore he would be picked up before he because
NBA
he's a
rather
bigger
will
star.
the NBA would rather market players from
Because they
outside the
can
country.
right, they can not even market, but even him being out of the country, he's a bigger superstar. The superstar's gonna go first. Can we agree that? Yes. Okay. Moving on. Agree to disagree. Now moving over to the West. We are in the conference finals, but before we got here, LA Clippers took down the number one and the Utah Jazz. Donovan Mitchell seemed to be upset about this. Jazz were the favorites to take it coming out of the West. Had a great regular season. Go Burr, still defensive player of the year. Donovan Mitchell cooking.
Shaq talking shit about him is so hilarious.
Shaq always on his ass. So what's your take, Johnny? I know it's a little we're a little past it now, but Clippers,
Jazz was in series without Kawhi Leonard playing is a big ass disappointment. No offense to Paul George and the rest of the Clippers, they played their ass off, but them losing to the Clippers without their star player is a huge disappointment.
Yeah. And the thing is,
you owe me my 20 push-ups, bro. Where's
Drew got 40. Drew got a 40 clip. Yeah. He got a 40 clip that he owes. He said last episode is gonna be up before the last episode aired. That shit never happened. Now he got the 40 clip. Drew,
I'm not gonna lie, when Kawhi Leonard got hurt, I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to do 20 push-ups because I lost the bet. Right. I really thought I lost the bet. But
you was gonna eat that though.
Yeah, I definitely was gonna do it. I did. Me and Kevin was the only ones who did the other one when we made the bet. But then it happens. The Clippers actually win the series. I'm like, oh shit. I want to talk shit to Drew while that game was going. But let me wait till this 000s hit. I'm gonna say shit. But the Clippers really surprised me. I thought the series was over once Kawhi went down.
Now, this brought up a interesting topic because Playoff P get a lot of shit. He was beast in Indiana, going against Miami team and shit, like really holding it down in the East. The biggest threat to that Miami team back then, besides the Bulls, he gets injured. He goes to where OKC, has a good season there, MVP caliber season. Then he comes over to the Clippers. And now he's second fiddle, and he seems like a shell of himself. But once Kawhi went down, he started to play like the playoff P of old. So is Kawhi kind of what's holding, Paul George from being the player that he could be?
Somewhat.
Paul George is actually himself. He should stay in the OKC.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I was having.
When he left, they tore that entire team down because of him.
I'm not gonna lie. I had this conversation. Ever since Paul George went to the West, he hasn't had a good playoff. All his best playoff runs was in Indiana, and his best playoff games was in Indiana. He went to OKC. He lost in the first round to Donovan Mitchell, a rookie Donovan Mitchell in the Jazz.
Right.
And
that's my bad.
Bye with Damian Lillard. But Paul George was like, that was a bad shot.
That was a bad shot if you made it, dickhead.
And then he had that atrocious bubble. So his Western playoff run hasn't been as good or nowhere near as his Eastern, but this has been his best playoffs as him being in the West. So I could see why it somewhat hinders him, because I feel like sometimes
I wouldn't say Kawhi. I think when he's not the focal point, because again, OKC, it was Russ' team. Then now Clippers is Kawhi's team. His best years went Indiana when it was his team. So it's like, in order to get the Kawhi, the PG we want, we got to make him the main focal point.
Nah, it could work, but sometimes, that's why I say it's somewhat Kawhi, but not all the way Kawhi, because sometimes when you watch them play, in certain instances, it looks like they take turns, and it's not like a natural thing. sometimes it's just like I'm going to
That
do.
you can feel like
you
their
go,
Right.
shifting.
like you go do
Right.
you feel like they're taking turns. It's not like a natural like I'm quiet.
We playing
I'm
We playing off each other. Yeah.
So sometimes that's what it looks like when I be watching them play, especially when it's like, like clutch moments. Obviously, they both want to take the clutch shots.
Yeah.
It usually comes down to whose team it is and the star player who gets it.
Right.
I feel like they haven't got that down pat yet to where it's like, a smooth transition is like, go with the hot man. Instead, he gets the ball, I get the ball. It's back. It looks like they take turns, even in the clutch.
Yeah. Right.
So I feel like once they get that natural, I feel like they didn't fully gel yet. They played good. They've been playing good all year. This
is really their first season, like together. Like the bubble really don't count. That season really didn't count.
They did miss a lot of games last year.
Yeah.
Was missed games twice. So this year was like the main year where they played. I'll say like a good 60-70% of the games together.
Right.
They flourished, but it's just not 100% gel. They still got little areas to work on, which will happen once more they play with each other. But I think that's what the main thing is. I want to blame Kawhi. Is just like they haven't really adapted to each other's games completely. There's still like certain things they have to work on. Once they fix that, they'll be unstoppable.
Yeah. All right. Now, DQ, what's your take on the Phoenix Denver series? That was over. Phoenix with the
Suns
and Browns. Yeah, Suns and foe.
Like that guy in the audience, like helped them out with that because they what's the last 2 games in Denver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude just fucked them all up with that because they took the life from the crowd.
Yeah.
Like even remember when we had the whole thing at the beginning of the season? Oh, what players would you pick with your starting 5? When I picked CP3 and fucking Denver got Kobe crazy for that shit. But I feel there's the NBA got something.
You did when we did the lottery draft. You picked CP3. You did do that. You did do that.
I really feel that the NBA has something against CP3 based on him being the commissioner of the CBA.
Oh, yeah. The president. He was the president.
So pretty much, as you know, every time he gets close to an NBA finals or to a point him take that step to being a greatness or a championship, something always happens.
Right.
They get injured or something random happened. The knee injury, the shoulder injury. Now he randomly got COVID. That's bullshit. I don't believe that.
He doesn't even have COVID. He's just in COVID protocol.
Yeah, COVID protocol. They got him on his quarantine and shit. He got to get 4 negative tests before they can allow him to play. He's already had like 2 or 3 negative tests already. I think it's 1 more that he has to take in order for him to. That's why he's not playing tonight on Tuesday because they're waiting on 1 more test one more scheduled test he got to take.
But if anything, I really feel Phoenix is going to win the championship this year.
So again, we're going to start with the Western Conference. How you got the series going? Clippers, Phoenix. How many games?
The game is pretty close now, but I still, if they don't win it in 4, they'll get it in 5.
So you got Phoenix in 4 or 5. So only 1 game for Clippers. 1 or 2 games.
Just based on the game being extremely close at the moment, score-wise right now. But
without CP3.
Then right now CP's on. Say he's going on negative test. He's on his way back. Kawhi is out, so on board Jerellz won't really play well against if Devin Booker's going off what he did. Like his game 1 was so fucking impressive because he was shooting from the same spot and niggas couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, but they weren't stepping up though. He kept just pulling from the same spot.
That's why I understand. Like you clearly see him getting up in his
he coming from off the pick and just the same spot. Yeah, same spot.
His shot never hit the rim. It just went straight in. I'm saying like as a person who has to play defense, you need to understand that the niggas clearly wasn't watch no tape on the dude because for him to shoot from the same spot consistently the entire he shot from 5 different spots consistently, really greatly that 40-point game, and they couldn't do anything.
But even with not watching tape, he put them from the same spot like 3 times in a row. He come off the pick and shoot. Came off the pick, shot. Came off the pick, shot.
Go to the corner of the key, pull up.
the right corner of the key and just kept doing it. Like, just kept doing it, and nobody would step up. Once you came off that pick, nobody stepped up. So you got Phoenix in 4 and 5. Johnny, how you got that series going? Clippers.
Clippers in 7.
Clippers in 7.
Kawhi's return. I say Clippers in 7.
I don't think Kawhi's going to return. Or are they saying is there anything any updates?
It's something to do with his ACL and his other meniscus and so as far as knee. Yeah, so that I doubt he'll come back from that. Because if it's me, he can come back on a sprained knee. I'm bumping knees with him as soon as the game started. Fuck out of here. I'm sorry.
No, I got Phoenix in 7. Also,
I lost for Chris Paul to get a ring though. So
right.
CP3 need that.
Nope. Again, I'm against the super teams. I like Phoenix. I like what they're doing. So I got Phoenix in 7. What about Milwaukee, Atlanta? How you got that series going, John?
Obviously, we know.
What you gonna do out there, John? Can you get to the NBA Finals?
Take Atlanta Hawks in 7.
Oh, okay. DQ, how you got that going?
As you know, I don't like the marketed players at all. So even though the Hawks beat the Knicks in the first round, I'm going to take the Hawks to go to the finals so they can get cooked by the Suns.
Yeah, y'all being fans. Milwaukee.
No, I told you. I said chances are it's not going to happen, but I'm still going to take Hawks in 7.
Milwaukee about to cook that, man. I'm sorry.
Giannis.
Ain't no answers for Giannis. And again, Milwaukee has the big bodies in Middleton. They got Drew. They got some defensive players over there. PJ Tucker, who's a nuisance. I got Milwaukee in 6.
I already told you why Drew Holiday's not going to play
realistically,
well. That Dream Team shit.
Realistically, if the Bucks play how they're supposed to play, DQ's retarded.
What you say?
Said I already know that Drew Holiday's not going to play because that Dream Team shit I brought up to y'all guys.
Stupid.
But if the Bucks play how they're supposed to play, they're going to win the series in 4 or 5.
I honestly feel like they try to set up Giannis for the championship. That's why I'm feeling early. Giannis, they trying to.
But if they do
because Giannis again, because that's the torch. That's who the torch is supposed to go to. We talk about passing up the torch. That's Giannis. Giannis is the person that they handpicked to be the face and future of the NBA. So if he win a ring, Giannis is going to be one of the guy, because that's who they try to build up. And I feel like it's going to be Bucks, Suns, and some way they're going to try to get Bucks to win this shit.
It's to me like if it's Bucks Suns, it's going to turn out how they'll try to put Kobe and Bron in the finals, and they got cooked by the Magic, even though the Lakers won that series. But if they both get to the finals, they're going to get cooked by the Suns. They're playing too good.
No, because nobody likes CP3.
But at the end of the day, the fact that the Suns don't have a championship, as you know, is when the Raptors run the championship randomly. The NBA wants these small market.
The teams that's left all haven't been to finals in decades. They've been to the conference championships in decades. So
Clippers and Suns never won anything. Yeah. The Hawks and the Bucks.
So for any team that wins, it's going to be the first in forever for any one of these organizations. But again, you got to get past the fandom. You got to pay attention to the stories that the NBA be writing. And although CP3 is that guy and Devin Booker is cooking, Giannis is one of the biggest stars in the NBA. And he's really the only, other than Kawhi, who's injured, he's really the only superstar left in the NBA playoffs. Like clear-cut superstar Devin Booker is ascending to that pace, but Giannis is really the only superstar left in the NBA playoffs. They try to get Giannis this ring, man. His little brother got a ring. He can't be the only one with a ring.
His little brother got a ring for this sitting this ass.
Right, exactly. He can't be the only one with a ring. They try to get Giannis there. I got Bucks in
I do
6.
like the Manning brothers, one who wins his one shit right the other.
Yeah, I got Bucks in 6. I already see this shit happen, man. NBA is a fucking soap opera. But
if they get to the finals with against the Suns and these niggas up 2-1, they're gonna try to like poison my bet. Like
right, CP3 gonna get hit by a car. Let me knock on wood though. But moving on, the NBA draft just happened. Draft order just happened. Detroit has the number 1 pick. Houston got the number 2.
shout out to freaking HaHa Davis for predicting that. So shout out to him.
Cavs got the 3. Toronto got 4. Magic's got 5. OKC with 6. Golden State got the 7th pick. Orlando got 8. Sacramento got the 9th. Pelicans got 10. Charlotte got 11. Spurs got 12. Indiana got 13. And Golden State Warriors have the 14th pick. 2 picks for Golden State. 2 picks for Magic's. Do we know who coming to the NBA this upcoming season? Honestly, I don't even know.
Cunningham.
But
I know Wendell Carter brothers coming in and shit.
My Knickerbockers have 19, 21, 32.
Jalen Suggs.
Draft class gonna be ass. Oh, and
Mitchell.
What's bro's name? What's Riff Raff's cousin's name? He transferred from Georgetown.
I know you're talking about shit. What's his name?
It's like his name rhymes, but
he plays for Texas
Tech. Tech, yeah. Oh, fuck his name. Oh my God, it's on tip of my tongue.
Matt McClung.
Yeah, he's
that boy. Trash.
No,
he jumped though.
He's not.
He's a highlight reel. He's
not a system player because he was horrible at Georgetown.
I don't know how he's going to transition into the NBA. He gonna be like, to me, you know that Brendan's ass, that kid that be on YouTube and shit, blind haired kid. He gonna be a YouTube. He gonna be like that little Mexican kid that's on all over social media.
He trash. That kid's like 5'8". He does cross tween behind the back tween. Like that's all he does is back to back. Like he's nice. I will smoke that nigga 1-on-1. That's who
Matt McClain reminded me of.
I'm not sure if they're gonna bring us up. So I'm not sure if y'all seen the dodgeball shit with RDC World won that 50,000. Yo, yeah. We can. I swear to God, if we get big enough, we can enter that shit and win that shit.
Yeah, you have to be an influencer and be.
And on top of that, we got them by age already, so that's a big factor. We're smart enough.
We're gonna get smashed, but anyway.
If Drew's on the team, yeah, but yeah.
But no, you put Drew in the front and let him get hit with all the dodgeballs.
But also the NCAA, they in court, Supreme Court. They lost in regards to players being compensated.
Yeah. Even have jobs also.
Yeah, being able to have jobs, being compensated for their likeness, and only compensation in the NCAA was looking for collegiate and educational compensation. But look like we might have a change in NCAA sports. John, do you think this is a good idea?
I don't know.
Because I mean, we talked about this before. We were talking about how we do the pay scale in regards to players. How does this?
Yeah, it's like. My thing is, I understand the whole case for paying players, but it's like, all right, how do you do the whole paying? And then does certain sports get played? Are you gonna play the water polo teams also? Are they gonna get paid?
Right.
Like, or is it just basketball, football,
exactly.
College athletes? Right. What college athletes is getting paid? All of them. Yeah. That's like what my thing is.
Honestly, I look at it like the way you should handle it. It's like a work study. Whereas
that's smart.
There's a cap, because the whole thing to me is
you put a cap.
I'm saying in the sense of in a work study, there's only so much you can get paid in a work study.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like an overall capsule.
So that the capsule just be like.
No, I'm saying like in a work study, from working at Berkeley, there was only so much you can get per semester.
Yeah.
Like, set a limit for what collegiate players can get. And that be it, because it's a NCAA, like people who talk about money and all this and shit and how much it'll cost and what polo players get paid this and football players get this. There's so much fucking money made to these colleges, man. They can set a decent pay scale that's fair to the all top recruits to the fucking rugby players. Like, there's a way to do it. It's gonna take some work, but fuck it, y'all make enough money to do the fucking work. Like, y'all make enough money and make fucking billions of dollars off these players. There's a way to do it. Yes, it's going for us. It's like, damn, it might be a headache. We think like that's a lot of different programs they got at these colleges. So that opens the door. You got to pay the water polo. You got to pay the college basketball. You got to play the football team. Oh, well, the college basketball team is the one that's really generating income. Should they get more and all that shit? Fuck all that shit.
Do they generate the most money? What about college football? They generate a
Right.
lot.
No, I'm just saying an example. Like, depending on the university, one program generates most of the money for the programming that's dispersed amongst all the programs. That's gonna always be true at every college. But if you set a scale that's or a minimum and max, you set a ceiling depending on the school. Maybe you're able to fluctuate it. They can make it happen. I don't want to hear no excuses for these motherfuckers because they make far too much money. You got fucking collegiate coaches that's fucking millionaires, and these players get where they might not make it pro. They get a bullshit education that don't mean nothing in today's world. Fucking degree don't mean shit, and then you fucking you broke because you owe money and all this goofy. Yeah, so fuck all that shit, man. Pay these players. I'm happy to see it. Niggas can get side jobs. Niggas can get paid for their likeness. I'm with all that shit, man. Fuck college sports. They already trash anyway.
I know we were talking NBA before. I guess you touched a little more baseball, and then we can transfer it off to the next thing. And a little NFL. Kemba Walker gets traded. I think he ends up finishing
30.
OKC, or you think he's on the move again?
He gonna be on the move. He gonna be on because Kemba. I hope they try to do my dude dirty. I feel like OKC is just collecting capital, and I think Kemba is because they're a young team. They trying to build for the future. Kemba is not a part of their future. He's just another trade piece for them to trade him off for some more fucking picks or some more young talent and shit. They not trying to keep Kemba there. I'm sorry, especially with Gilchrist. I mean, not Gilchrist.
Shy.
Alexander.
With Shy there. They not trying to.
Alexander.
They all related and shit. Shy Gilchrist and Shy, all the motherfuckers with them hyphenated names. They all related to each other. Two of them are.
But two of them
are. I know. Yeah, I know they are. They all just got a difference in the hyphen and shit, but Kemba's just a trade piece. He won't be in OKC long.
And then you got all these open coaching
jobs. Dallas is open. They got rid of Donnie, and they got rid of and you talked about, we was talking about who deserved to move and shit, and you brought up John last week. Mavs coach, you said his coaching style was
it really looked like he's like an older traditional coach, right? That will get on players. Like, when you fuck up, he get on you. And this is a different generation. A lot of people don't really like that mentality when they fuck up and someone's really on their ass like that. People don't really like that.
Yeah, and I think that's why Buddy from the Pelicans got out too, because
Stan Van Gundy,
they those hard-nosed old traditional style coaches. And these players be like, yo, who the fuck you talking to? Like, they're not like the old guys that use that as motivation and shit. Like, okay, coach, I got you. These niggas like, man, who the fuck you talking about? I will get you fired. And sure enough, these players have hella power, and they will get your ass tossed. So, but who do we see a good pick for the Dallas Mavericks? Like Jason, niggas been talking about Jason Kidd. I don't know who else is out there.
Just Jason Kidd.
Maybe some college First time
Mark
college
Jackson.
coaches. Mark Jackson. I don't think Mark Jackson gonna get a job
I seen a report. I don't know how true it is, but I seen a report. It said Calipari might think about moving back to the NBA, so he might be for a team.
I don't think Mark, because Mark come from that same class.
You don't have a church inside the
hard nosed coach. He old school. He won't get picked. I could see Calipari or Jason Kidd because
I feel like Calipari might not go to the NBA because like he literally sets up so many younger kids to go to the league. It's insane. Like so many. He affects so many lives like that way. I feel like if he goes to the NBA.
And that college money be good, shit.
Yeah.
College money be ain't no.
I know. I've heard D'Antoni's name.
Yeah, I heard D'Antoni. So he should get no head coaching job ever again.
He's an elite offensive coach.
Run and gun don't work.
People love that shit though. It don't matter. People love that shit.
Right. But moving on, Jai, you said what's going on in MLB? Y'all the MLB guys. What's up in MLB?
God. It's funny. They cracking down. They're running down on the players. They're checking them for the sticky
the sticky shit. Yeah.
They're checking them. So who's the first pitcher to get checked? DeGrom was the first pitcher to get checked. He cleared it, but he was the first pitcher. Now that they're really coming down on it, he's the first pitcher. I think it was yesterday he pitched, or it was either yesterday or Sunday that he pitched, and they checked him. So he was the first pitcher. I know today I seen on Bleaker, Scherzer from the Nationals got checked, and I guess he wasn't a big fan of it. He probably felt some type of way from checking him because
all the top dogs are gonna get checked.
Yeah, but it's like if you're gonna check me like like literally right before the game starts. I think it's I don't know if they have the best.
What are they doing? Are they like raiding a locker or some shit?
No, I think they just like when everybody's on the field, umpire go.
I'll just go right and see if right. Check him, nigga straight, right? Just like
I have to make sure, like make sure, like
that don't even look right. That's a bad look. Like so, you just shake me down on the mound and shit.
I guess that's how they
like. It's a straight stop and frisk on the mound and shit now. Like that shit is crazy.
Let's see. I'm video. The Scherzer one's on video.
I'll find a video and post it.
Oh, they checked them in the middle of the inning, literally in the middle of the inning.
First inning.
The bottom of the fourth.
So they like let them get in, let them act like ain't nothing happening, then stop.
Yeah, they walked up on him. He got his hands up. And they're arguing with the umpires. His manager's arguing with the umpires.
Because that's embarrassing, bro. That's unprofessional.
Now the other managers, I guess they arguing with him. I guess the other managers like, probably told umpires go check him.
You know what that reminds me of?
If you don't got a check system, shit like this is gonna happen.
Right.
You don't got like
crazy.
I can't remember what year it was, but you remember like the year like when the Kentucky Derby happened, and they thought the jockey had cocaine in his hand while he was riding the horse.
Nah, I don't know.
Remember that shit? That shit was so dope. Like dude had it was like some white packet hanging off the edge of his whip. And niggas swore up and down, bro, had cocaine in his hand while he was racing. Like, why would he have that in his hand while he was racing? Coke during the fucking horse race.
People would do some dumb shit like that.
People do anything. I mean, they do anything for an edge, but in regards to baseball, is this really gonna change the game? Is this gonna allow more hitting?
It's so dumb because pitchers can use anything to make their hands sticky. It's not a big deal. They can drink some juice, some Gatorade, pour in their hands, like maybe wipe it off. Your hands will still be sticky.
Yeah, I don't understand the checking process, but the way that shit looked like the other managers like, yo, I think he got some shit, and he was like, all right, we're gonna go. They checked him in the bottom of the fourth. It's not like they checked him in the beginning.
Right.
They checked him after like he done pitched a couple of things, so it's like, they got the way they check him.
Yeah, they gotta find a better way because this shit look mad sus and look mad dumb because now if a nigga having a good game, hey, go check him. Like it's the bottom of the six. Go check him. Just fucking up the game, like, and you fuck up the pitcher's flow.
You know what I'm saying?
Like doing that shit.
So that whole process, they got to work on it, come up with something better. Like at least it's like, all right, before each inning starts, you want to do it, have the umpire run up, check on it, and then go. Not like after I start going to work.
Or do it in a bullpen, like because
for the fucking game start.
No, I mean there's always a change, so there's a chance that they could get something. But even it's not gonna work because you have the mound visits. What if the fucking the manager give them something in the mound visit? What if you have I have the catcher and the pitcher talking? Like at that point, the catcher got something on the back of his glove and shit, and it's like, yeah, thank you and shit. Like how are you guys gonna really be able to manage checking these players on an inning to inning basis? You got a bunch of pitchers coming in at any time, so you got the relievers. If a pitcher ain't having a good game, do you only check if he's having a good game? Because if he ain't having a good game, what they ain't gonna check and shit like, oh, his ass is playing trash, so we know he ain't using nothing today. And then that'd be the chance where he actually using some shit, but it ain't working. Like, how do you really manage this shit?
The whole checking process, they got to work on it and come up with a better way to handle the situation. Because if not, it's just gonna look bad for the league.
And even with that, so it's like, are you not able to use anything now because again, the spider tech is something created to give pitchers a better rotation on the ball. Okay, spider tech is gone.
Yeah, but like
you create something else to do the same thing. Like, why is it a crime to help you better your game in the sense of like I don't get the fault in it.
No, it's baseball. It's always baseball. Let shit rock till shit hits the world. Like I said before, baseball.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Spider tech is.
World finds out about it. It's like, oh nah, we never liked that shit. And
right.
Now they above it, even though they all for it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so spider tech is the thing now. Somebody create donkey juice, and I don't know. Like I was just saying, and that's the new thing that's used for pitching or better catching or some shit. Like, it's all to help the game. So how do you mandate this different shit? And what do you say is a legal substance, not even whatever, to use in the game? Like, how do you mandate that shit? Like, it ain't shit you taking. It's not something you like taking in like steroids where you put into your body to pretty much change your metabolic system, like change who you are.
I think they're playing like the Bristol League game where if you get injured during the game, you can just take some shit in the middle of the game out in the open.
I don't get this shit, man. It just
baseball. But it will be them to find a way to do some shit like this. But
we will see. We'll continue to see more.
Yeah, we're gonna see more because there's probably gonna be more situations like that till they get like a set checking system.
Yeah.
And also, like, did they teach umpire what to look for? Like, how's that supposed to look in your hand? Like, it doesn't make your hand feel different.
Right. Right. If you wiped it off, you feel so like that shit. Like,
oh, he about to come check me. Rub my legs, rub my arm.
I'm gonna grab the little bag and shit, rubbing in the sand and shit.
Or that, or just spin my hand real quick, pick up some dirt.
Right. Throw the shit on the ground, step on it with my cleat and shit, rubbing in the mound and shit. Like, I don't know. This shit crazy. Anything else in baseball?
For that, the most part,
I met you in first place.
Ohtani, the pitcher / hitter, will be participating in the home run derby this year.
That's dope.
So
that's
what?
Ohtani. He's doing the home run derby this year.
That's fire.
So.
No, what baseball should do, like during the 7th inning stretch, they should allow to pick one fan from like the stands and give them 10 pitches to hit a home run to win the prize.
That would be an interesting idea, but baseball is long as fuck, so
yeah, ain't nobody trying to prolong that shit.
Okay, 5 pitches, I guess. I don't know. Well, if you got the nigga that we have to, what's it in?
Well, it will have to be anything but the 7th inning stretch. 7th inning stretch is when they play God Bless America.
Right.
or it could be I don't know whatever, but that should be something they should do. Think about doing.
That'll be fun.
But
That'll be a cool
but
idea.
you can't
I
like,
like that
but
idea,
you
but-
can't really like. I guess you can pick former athletes but has to be your
And
average.
what they should do is move that shit down to 5 innings. How about that? All right.
Or just move like how this in Japan, the fences are closer in, so games are more high
move
scoring.
that shit to 5 innings. Move the pitcher closer, and he can only do fastballs straight down the line. That's it.
There's a new league like this. New league like that. It's called the Banana League, where the rules is each rule is its own entity, and after the 9 innings, after the most wins out of the 9 innings, pretty much wins. So the game can technically ensure you can only throw fastballs. It's mad weird rules, but it's kind of funny to see.
All right, moving on. NFL. I saw a bunch of shit about Tebow not being invited to the tight end university. Is that a blackball of Tebow? Should he been invited to the tight end university?
Yeah, nice dude. So I can't really say nothing. He a real cool
I like Tebow, but it looks like it's like the top dogs go there. You know, Tebow is not considered a top dog. For that tight end university, it's like the top dog.
Yeah, and it's proven tight ends.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like the top dogs, and then there's spots like for tight ends that's putting some work and it's still trying to learn, and they open it for them. So technically, no.
It's no shade to Tebow. He hasn't done anything at the tight end position. They see it as, like you said, the top dogs out there, and then people that's been playing the position, looking to grow their skill. Tebow, unfortunately, you look like a sideshow to the NFL until you do really show people that you that guy.
He makes the team to have a solid season. He could be at the next
season. Exactly, and that's the thing. If this was last season, he played a full season, then yes, he might get an invite. But everybody looking at Tebow, it's like, you just Tim Tebow, and so you ain't get no invite because there's guys that really take this shit serious. We don't know if you do because you just took a job from somebody. That's how a lot of players look at it. Like, there's a lot of players that play that position, that's been playing that position, that deserve that spot. You took that spot. You ain't proven as a tight end. You might be proven as an athlete, but you ain't proven as a tight end. We're not going to invite you to something that we don't even know what you're about yet. So don't feel no way, Tebow. You ain't earned your stripes yet in the tight end position. Also, Frank Clark from the Chiefs got arrested. He had an Uzi in his Lambo and shit over the weekend. Out partying in Miami.
Speaking about,
dude from the Rams get shot this weekend.
No, the Vikings.
The Vikings. The rookie from the Vikings. 4 times.
He's visiting Clark.
Yeah, visiting family and shit. Wrong place. Well, from what they said, like, it wasn't aiming at him. He just happened to be in the wrong place, wrong time, and niggas were shooting, and he happened to get hit. He a big nigga.
4 times though?
Yeah, he got hit 4 times.
You know what I'm trying to say? I get hit once or twice. I could say that might be accident.
But he got hit 4.
Air it out. 4 is close to be like use the target.
The only thing is with the hood, a lot of niggas have automatic guns, 100-round clips, 100-round drums. Like, so if I'm doing this and most niggas don't aim, it's like this, you wave the crowd. You can catch me with 4 of them motherfuckers, like, cause them shits is.
You know what I'm saying? It is possible, but I think it's a thin line.
You think that's a little bit of like somebody trying to hit your ass.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, unless he was literally standing in front of the person they was trying to hit.
He stated that it was wrong place, wrong time. Like, he didn't think they were trying to hit him.
Yeah, but he's not saying if he has ties, he's not gonna reveal that. Not saying that
that's true. That's right. That's true.
He's gonna keep it on the heart. But
right.
I'm just saying 4 shots. It's like he's a D tackle. He's a big motherfucker.
Right.
So you clearly see that's not the person trying to get.
But that also make him easy to hit.
Also, that's true. Yeah.
Well, no, he take up a lot of space. So.
Right. I'm glad he survived.
He's okay. They say that he's stable. He's okay. He need to stay away from. I think he was in Philly or Maryland, one somewhere.
DC, I think.
Right, DMV area. So might need to tell those family members that I won't be around for a while and shit. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna be in Minnesota for a little bit and shit. Like, don't come around for a second. But I'm glad he doing good. But like I said, Frank Clark got caught with a Uzi, got arrested. I didn't even know they still made Uzis and shit. But the nigga had the top down with the Uzi in the seat and shit. So like,
yeah, idiot.
So just like nigga, you just walk past like, oh shit, now again you in a Lambo, so that's a car that attracts attention. You a big ass football player, so you attract attention. If people know
Uzi,
you,
nigga,
and then you got an Uzi in your lap, like it's like damn, nigga, you try to get caught and shit. But
if I was a rapper, I'll be Little Uzi introvert.
Another corny joke from Just DQ. He'll be here all week. Also in the NFL, NFL just updated their vaccine restrictions. It's pretty much if you vaccinated, you back to normal. If you ain't vaccinated, you pretty much follow the same rules that you did last year. You got to get tested all the time. You ain't allowed to be with your team. You can't be with family. Cole Beasley has come out to say, the world is open. Why the hell y'all trying to hold us to these tough restrictions still? But Johnny, do you think they should keep the restrictions for non-vaccinated players?
I feel like, at this point, the world's opening up. The COVID numbers, for the most part, look like they're going down.
90 people died this weekend, so that's pretty good and significant. People died, but it's still like a good sign that things over.
Shit, if a player don't want to get vaccinated,
And that's my whole thing. It's like everybody ain't gonna want to get vaccinated. So like, and that's gonna always be a thing. There's people in life that's general, that's for and against vaccinations. So if the players is like not against it and the world open it up and these people are vaccinated, then they should be good. Like you vaccinated, you should be good around non-vaccinated people. I mean, I would think.
You already got all these other vaccinations. What's not having the COVID vaccination? Oh,
right.
Man.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas don't get flu shots every year, even though they suggest getting flu shots. They ain't stopped that.
Is the flu shot technically considered a vaccine?
I don't even know.
No, I don't think so. But
I'm just saying.
If not, they technically should have a vaccine for the flu vaccine.
There's no fucking vaccine for nothing. You gonna get, if you gonna get it, you gonna get it. COVID, even with this shit, you can still get it. Even when you vaccinated. So if they care so much about the players, they vaccinated. Based on what y'all say is, you vaccinated, you are clear of COVID. If you're around players that don't have vaccinations, you should be fine. So NFL need to suck dick with these weak ass rules because everybody ain't gonna want to get vaccinated. That's my take on it. Anything else in open run or anything that we didn't
about
mention?
the big news in the NFL. Ed's favorite player.
What happened?
Carl Nassib, the defensive end of the Las Vegas Raiders, came out as gay today.
Yeah,
and he has the number one selling jersey right now, currently.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Honestly, to me, and it's gonna sound crazy, because I know the LGBT community run the world, but I personally don't give a fuck, because sexuality to me ain't really don't even matter in sports. You play good, you play good.
Like bro, like when I was at Berkeley, right? There was this, I'm not gonna say his name, but he was gay.
Why are you always going with the stories?
No, I'm just saying, but bro, he was gay, but he was nice as fuck, and bro, he probably one of the nicest things I ever seen play basketball. And people put.
You thought he was gay, or you thought he was gay?
No, he was.
Right.
But people
thought he was gay.
No, he was.
Because there's a few of you niggas I thought was gay, but I don't know if y'all gay.
But I don't understand why people will assume that your sexuality affects you from doing any sort of job.
No, yeah, right there. You heard DQ right there in the chat. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Or the person? Okay.
Yeah, we write that in the chat or write that in the group. All I'm saying is, you do your job. I don't care. Like,
yeah, I understand that point, but it's more of like for the other players, the young kids that gonna grow up to be gays. It shows them like, oh, you could be a football player, or you could be this.
I think it's more of a media ploy because I personally don't think players care. As long as you good, if you trash, niggas gonna be like, you
Like
ass regardless if you gay or not.
I got drafted by the Rams who was trash.
Yeah, nobody cares if you good. Nobody, as long as you good. In order for the LGBT community to really make a statement in sports, especially male sports, LeBron got to come out, man. Come on, LeBron. We need you to really sell what's going on because other than that, this player, nobody really cares. His jersey only popular because he just came out. Other than that, nobody's buying his fucking jersey. For a few years. But nobody regularly buying his jersey. Nobody's regularly buying his jersey. So hopefully he has a great season because that would be a big win for the LGBTQ community because not only does it say you can be a professional athlete, but you can be a great athlete and be of any sexuality. It doesn't matter. But to me, until they have a superstar caliber player come out as LGBTQ community, of the LGBTQ community, it's all a media ploy to me. NFL, all these fuckers always got something going on that they want to be on the right side of. But go out there and play ball, bro.
You heard DQ drop that name, man. I'm trying to see what you were talking about.
Oh, give me a second.
Play ball, play with balls. We don't care.
When you guys got there though, he was like there before me.
Oh, well, Johnny was there longer than you.
No, I was there before Johnny.
Were you?
I got there in 2008.
What time you got? When you got that, Johnny?
I got there in 2009.
Oh, okay.
Damn, you took the long 5-year plan, right? Graduated the same year, but what happened was I got in the habit of, taking
fucking up.
Courses. No, I was taking classes with Serena because the bitch couldn't afford books.
So you took down your classes for
we had the same major, but just that I would take classes with her because she couldn't afford books.
So you took less classes for a woman.
No, I took less classes because I didn't want to go to school every day for the same amount of time.
So you took the 5-year plan at a 2.5, 3-year school.
I was only for 4.
I
took one summer off. That kind of pushed things back. Then
you should have went your dumb ass to a university.
No, the lady in the admissions office. What happened was she ended up telling me the classes I had to take. She gave me she thought I was on track, right, to graduate early, but she gave me a list of what classes I should take each semester. Then those classes that I was supposed to take weren't available, or I had to be at school at 8:00, or be school all day, then come back the next day, or go to school on the weekend. Something like that. I'll take my time.
So,
long story short, DQ.
So you're saying that person was in school before I was there? The person you was talking about?
Yeah.
Long story short, DQ took the long route at a 2-year school. But
technically,
else?
I initially was there, but I was 1 semester from graduating, but I was under the pressure I was going for my bachelor's, so that's why I ended up switching everything. That's what fucked me up. They didn't tell me that until I was 1 semester from graduating almost. But I don't know, associate's degree. That's the easy way out.
Gotcha. Anything else in the open run?
Nope.
John, anything else?
No, pretty much just all the players that committed for Team USA.
How many players so far? We got KD,
Devin Booker, Draymond, Beal, Tatum, Lillard, Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry both declined. Curry declined.
What about Ja?
I haven't seen. They haven't mentioned his name.
So it's looking like a decent team so far. KD gonna be there, so I thought they was gonna be asked. Draymond still asked, but we'll see. I'm rooting for him. All right, moving on in the open run, we're gonna get into Guess Who. This is one of our games where I give clues, and we ain't a lot of people here, so this should be funny. This episode.
Or just me and DQ guessing.
You and DQ. So Guess Who is? I'll give you guys 3 clues, You guess who the athlete or sports personality or person is. So it's 3 rounds. First person, best out of 3 is our winner. Are you guys ready?
Ready, red.
Hold
John,
on.
red.
Oh, one second. Ow. All right.
Yeah, she pregnant again. Fuck.
Go hit.
I'm shaking school with.
Who's pregnant again?
DQ, heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
Heads it is. Johnny, you got first.
Yeah.
All right. Your first clue, John, is airplanes.
Kenny the Jet Smith.
Boom, 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 boom. Johnny with the point out the gate. Kenny the Jet Smith. Second clue would have been Houston Rockets, and the third clue would have been Ernie Johnson, sportscaster. So that would have been. But Johnny, good shit, good shit. Johnny with the point. So since Johnny got the point, DQ, I'll let you kick off the next round. Johnny with 1 point. All right.
It could have been Jason Terry.
It could have been.
Could have been. Yeah.
But it wasn't.
I took first person airplane I thought of was Kenny the Jet Smith, then Jason Terry.
That's right. But good shit. All right. First clue, DQ, is Skip Bayless.
Wait, the clue is Skip Bayless?
Yep. Clue is Skip Bayless.
Shannon Sharp?
Wrong. You supposed to ask questions and then guess, but so you messed up. All right, John.
I lose the game, whatever.
Has
I know who it is.
this person worked with Skip on ESPN?
Is it
Yes,
Jalen
he
Rose?
did. Stop. It ain't your turn.
You see, said Skip. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm bugging.
Skip Bayless, yeah.
I'm sorry.
John,
Oh shit. Oh, I'm gonna take a guess.
go ahead.
Stephen A. Smith.
Boom, Johnny coming out with the
I was gonna say that, yo,
John.
You said Dylan Rose and Shannon Shaw. How you didn't guess Stephen A? That was
because I thought he was gonna go the route where he was like being disrespected. That's why.
the OG first take.
That's the OG first take.
take, yeah.
Skip Bayless. All right. Now Johnny technically won because it's the best of 3. But we're gonna do one more round at DQ. Let's see if John go for the clean sweep. First clue. I'll go to you first since you get cooked. It's a movie as the first clue.
Is Shaq in it?
No.
Is there he got game?
Wrong.
Whatever.
John.
Are you talking about actual movie or a catchphrase?
It's a movie. It's an actual movie. A movie.
Actual movie.
Yep.
So my question doesn't really give me any hint. So okay, the movie. Pronto. Damn, it's mad sports movie. I already asked my question, so I'm gonna go with my guess.
What's your guess?
Uncle Drew.
Wrong.
What's the genre? What's the genre of the movie?
Clue 2. The genre is sports.
That's the sports isn't a genre.
That's
sports is a type of,
it's a sports movie. Like we doing sports. Like
it's a
sports drama, a sports comedy. Like
that would be the category. Yeah, so the genre will be.
Bro, it's a sports movie. It's a sports movie.
It's not a genre.
That's why you gotta ask. You gotta ask the question. Ask the right question, motherfucker.
All right.
Clue 2. Clue 2 is Sean Bradley.
Oh, Space Jam.
Boom! There you go. Space Jam. 2-1. Johnny wins. That is guess who?
That Sean Bradley. I knew the answer, but
last clue was Lola Bunny. So
I should have said Space Jam since the other Space Jam is about to come out, and you said it's a movie. Should have just went Space Jam.
No, that will let Johnny is our winner of Guess Who. Johnny actually be the person really kicking ass on Guess Who whenever we play. The rest of y'all niggas
Isn't like
retarded.
Johnny's like third win playing this
I
shit?
think something like that. Johnny the only one that seems to get the concept of the game. So
Cheating.
but that's Guess Who. We moving on to Marquee Misses. This is your sleeper game for the week. DQ, what sports matchup you got this week in sports?
Hold on 1 second. I just had it, but my fucking finger slipped. Damn. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Liberty. Wait, hold on. I gotta do this first. Mine's been a Marquee when it shut down. Trust me, daddy. I'm going with the Sky versus the Liberty because Liberty were 6-0, but they fucking 7-7. So
when is that game?
That is on June 24th.
June 24th. That is Thursday.
Thursday.
All right, John. What's your Marquee Miss?
My Marquee Miss for this week is the Mets Phillies 3-game set to begin Friday the 25th.
Gotcha. All right. Y'all know me. Sticking to it. WNBA. Marquee Miss. I'm going to Las Vegas. Hey, Miss Cambridge. I got
wow. I was saying something stupid last week. I thought, like, why the fuck was she on Team USA? I thought she's not American.
Oh yeah, she's on Team Australia. Yeah. Team Australia. So I got Las Vegas Aces versus the Minnesota Lynx on Friday, 8 p.m. That is my Marquee Miss game of the week. And lastly, last but not least, we got When You Hear This. Now, this is our bold prediction. So by the time our next episode airs, so by Tuesday, your pick is in. Your bold prediction is in. Because we had an incident with Drew as. Drew tried to take credit for a bold prediction that was already in the next episode. He says about KD, what KD had, he said it was going to be a 50-point player. I think that was game 6. But we had already shot the following episode. So
no, his shit was a triple-double.
Triple-double.
Right. I was the one who had the 50-point. He had the triple.
But he tried to get that for a Tuesday night after we aired the next episode. I'm like, bro, that don't count. A whole episode has already been aired since your prediction. Nah, that's not a go. So Tuesday, before Tuesday, 12 a.m., your bold prediction has to be it. Before we even come to shoot. When we hear this, when the people hear this come Thursday, this weekend, Thursday night, what's going to happen up until Tuesday, 12 a.m.? What is your bold prediction, Johnny? Give us your When You Hear This.
When you hear this, Ice Trey is going to have a big 50-point performance.
50-point game, Ice Trey. All right, I like that. Let's see if that actually happens. Ice Trey with 50. I can see that happen. I can definitely. It's
gonna be tough against the Bucks, but we'll see.
All right, DQ.
When you hear this, the Mets will have smoked the Phillies this weekend.
Mets smoked the Phillies this weekend.
So that's like one game smoke, or you're saying they sweep?
How many talking about sweep?
Yeah.
So Mets is sweeping the Phillies. Okay, yes. Gotcha. So my bold prediction is Thursday. Thursday. Actually, this weekend, since it's Thursday, we got 2 games. We got the Suns on Clippers Thursday, and we got the Suns Clippers on Saturday. One of these games, when you hear this, Chris Paul will be back, and he will have a triple-double. So on return,
point guard.
On return, the point guard will have a triple-double with the Phoenix Suns. That's your When You Hear This. So whether it's Thursday or Saturday, CP3 gonna have him a triple-double, one of those games. That's fair? That's fair to say?
That's good. Prediction.
And that is our episode 10, OSA Season 2, episode 60 overall. We got through this episode pretty quick, about an hour and a half, something like that, a little over an hour and a half. Me, GQ, and Johnny 5. Hopefully we get the rest of the crew back next week. I know we'll have Kev should be back. He'll be done doing his civic duties DQ will be back. Hopefully everything is all good with Ed. And if DCap want to jump in, he's always more than welcome. Again, this episode is brought to you by Culture Capsule, sponsored by Don's LLC. Thank you guys for listening, watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you rate if you're listening. All that good shit. But like always, fellas,
We out.
You claim me the illest. You don't believe in yourself to forget it. You gotta put yourself up in position. Ice game on there, ice. And my ice game's been in the kitchen. How can you tell me to pick a religion? I'm 24 and I'm broke as a bitch, but I'm a millionaire rich in the spirit. Yeah, hoping you get my plight. 24 hours in a day. Goofy ass niggas might die by night. Stand clear, hands in the air, I know my rights. This for the people who say they scared. Nigga, you ain't think about this shit twice.